We've got ageing populations, we've got less people to look after them. There isn't the funding in place for rest homes and for aged care facilities. So it's really how we can leverage technology to really look after people well. At Chiptech, we design and manufacture Telecare devices primarily for the elderly or people that are vulnerable living at home and in the community. It was a business that my dad started when I was about 5 years old, and he saw a need in the market for people to be able to stay safe at home and thought, hey, we've got technology that could actually help here.
It came about after a lot of thinking about my own parents' experience as well. My dad passed away before my mum, so she ended up living alone by herself, and so I've started to develop the idea of what I could do in those times when we weren't in touch with her, that she could feel supported and get help straight away if she needed it. The product has stayed the same in many ways, in that a simple button press can get people help. But the way that button press communicates and the help that's provided beyond the button press have all really improved in those 35 years.
Technology's got more complex, what we use has got more complex, the expectation around things being smaller and more wearable, but there's challenges in there that actually are really fun to overcome.
There's lots of amazing technology thing that we can put in place, but it comes back to, would people use it? How do people use it?
We design and manufacture everything on site, which is fantastic for making things work well.
Having everything in-house and having our engineers and our software team and our manufacturing all together means that we can be really responsive to issues. It means that we can keep a real close eye on our quality control. It means we can bring new products through or changes through really quickly and efficiently, so it makes us quite agile.
I think it's too easy to just say, well, let's get manufacturing done somewhere else because it's been cheaper. It's not necessarily cheaper. And from our point of view, it definitely doesn't seem to be better, because we're able to do a really good job of what we do and still be competitive in world markets.
Doing as much as we can in-house gives us a handle on the quality.
Whenever we are making any unit, so that goes through 6 different stations, and at every station we are doing the quality check of the previous stages, because this is the unit which is saving lives of the people. So we want that quality to be maintained.
It allows us to have return rates of less than 0.01%, and that's including return for servicing, not just for warranty. We make the most reliable product on the market.
The quality process doesn't end when they leave the building. Making sure that all of the devices you have out there are on the latest firmware, are using configs that you expect to have out there in the field. Doing that remotely through cloud systems will save a lot of time and hassle.
We've learned an awful lot, which has been great, and a lot of that has come from feedback from our customers and from the people that are supplying them with their devices. So the ability to listen to those comments about what would be good is a really important thing.
We're always open to improving or adding little features in there to solve some really fringe use cases that one customer may ask for, in order to continue to build that relationship that we have with them.
It's been such a satisfying thing to do. We support hundreds of thousands of people now, and there's so many good stories about people being helped that we hear about.
Some of the most beautiful ones are around how people can have one of our products installed and then they'll go about living their lives a bit more freely and a bit more confidently. There's this really lovely story of a woman on the West Coast. She had an alarm installed and she had a terraced garden up the back of her place, and it was just dry, there was nothing there. And the rep went back 6 months later to do a check to see how everything was going, and she had a garden in full bloom because she felt confident enough that if she did have a fall out the back, she wouldn't be on her own and she wouldn't be in trouble, and she could press a button and get help, and so she could just have her garden and enjoy her life and do those things.
My wife's grandma, she stayed at home right until she died thanks to having her Pearl medical alarm from Chiptech. Without that, she would have had to leave her home on the hill in Napier probably 6 months earlier or a year earlier. So it really does make a difference to people's lives, and that makes me feel good as well when I get to visit people who are still alive and staying at home thanks to what we provide.
I love knowing I make a difference. I love knowing that when we put something out the door, it's going to work, it's going to save someone's life, it's going to help support someone to be more confident at home. That's a very exciting place to be, and really lovely to know that we're actually helping that many people and reassuring their families as well. The future of Chiptech's really bright. There are a number of really exciting challenges coming up with emerging technology, with AI, with the number of ways that we can actually use things differently.
We will continue making good products, and they'll be more innovative and use more technology, but technology that applies to what our customers need.